Today, three major stories are raising tough questions about leadership, accountability, and public trust. In Ebonyi State, the governor has sacked commissioners and traditional rulers following deadly community killings. In Edo State, a directive ordering local government chairmen to put up campaign billboards had sparked controversy. And in Abuja, the Federal Medical Center is responding to public outrage over the death of singer Naya. Bringing you this update is Cassie Tony. Let's take a closer look. We begin in Ebonyi State, where the governor has dismissed several commissioners and traditional rulers over recent community killings. The governor stated that the action is meant to hold leaders accountable for failing to protect lives. On one hand, this sends a strong message. Leadership comes with responsibility, but on the other, it raises an important question. Why did it take deadly violence for action to be taken? In many communities, warning signs often appear long before conflict turns violent. When those signs are ignored, dismissals after the fact may offer justice, but not prevention. Meanwhile, the governor of Edo State has reportedly directed local government chairmen to erect 360 campaign billboards in support of President Bola Tinubu's re-election. The order has stirred debate about the use of public authority for political campaigning. Supporters say it is a show of political loyalty. Critics, however, they argue that local government exists to serve communities and not to run political campaigns. The concern here is simple. When public offices are used for partisan purposes, it blurs the line between governance and politics, and that can weaken public trust. And finally, the Federal Medical Center in Abuja has addressed reports surrounding the death of singer Naya. The hospital has denied claims that she died due to a lack of antivenom, insisting that proper treatment was available. This case has struck a nerve because it reflects a broader fear many Nigerians share. Can our hospitals be trusted in emergencies? Even when hospitals issue official explanations, public skepticism remains, especially when past cases have raised similar questions. In situations like this, transparency isn't just important, it is essential. When you look at these three stories together, a common theme emerges: accountability. Whether it's leaders preventing violence, public officials separating duties from politics, or hospitals earning public trust, the consequences of leadership decisions are felt by ordinary Nigerians. So the big question is this: are these actions strong enough to create real change, or are they simply responses to public pressure after the damage has already been done? To help us understand whether moves like this can actually prevent future violence, strengthen governance, and rebuild public trust, we are joined by Kings Ojalo, a political and public policy analyst. Stay with us. Welcome back to the show State of the Matters on First Next News. I remain your host, Cassie, and with me in the studio is Kings Ojalo. Welcome to the show, Kings.
Thank you, Cassie.
Happy New Month once again.
I wish you the same.
How are you doing today?
Thank you. So good to see you as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so delighted to see you. Okay, so with all of those things happening, when you match this Edo State issue and that of Ebonyi State and the death of Ifunanya together. Now, what do you draw from this particular thing? Is it a real accountability at work here, or we often see leadership reacting only after pressure has popped up from the public?
Well, I think we'll take it one step to the other, I think we'll start from that of the current situation in Ebonyi State,
Okay.
where some leaders and also some rulers and also some commissioners and also the treatment of monarchs that has really taken place. I think I won't use the word disciplinary. I think the governor, we're talking about the life of Emofuru, has really,
That's Francis, right?
yes, has really stated his mandate as a sitting governor, looking at the situation that has occurred, you understand,
Yeah.
in a community that is solidly still a part of that state.
Okay.
And his quick and intervention by the governor, in this manner shows that yes, the governor is really, let me know, is really
working, yeah.
yes, is active and he's moved
Yeah.
by these propagandas. Now, a community whereby government officials are so widespread. We have commissioners there, appointees, we have people who are, in leadership, who have really taken over leadership structures in that same community. Come on, I think land dispute should not be a thing that would have lasted for that long that will result to this chaos that has just happened. Okay, we are looking at brutal killings, Cassie, beheadment of human lives, human beings, spread burning of
houses, and this head that they beheaded, they even made away with the heads.
That is it.
So what do they intend to do with those heads?
And these officials were present, as in dwelt in that community. Come on. It's as if, you are, let me use a class prefect, for instance. It's as if you are mandated to be a class prefect of this class. And
you're there, and your
and the
classmates
students
are
are
fighting.
still fighting, making noise, and it's been echoing in the principal's office. Then what is the essence? What are you there for? Or let me say a class teacher. You are a class teacher and your students
are making noise.
Then what were you employed to do in that class as a teacher? Why are you being paid? Why are you there to monitor? So it is better known for the governor to do what? To take over, which he has really done by implementing, I think, a curfew that will be taking place from 2 a.m. to 10. Then also he has also made some other moves to closures of schools, and also taking over the affair of Amaziri local government.
Yeah.
I think the governor indeed has really want to make his mandate very, very clear, and let those people who are causing this chaos, let them know that yes, there is a city governor who has been given to take over the affair of this state, and no one has the right to penetrate inappropriately, even when the governor is well to be known in that state.
Okay, so sorry to interject. The sacking of this official, will it stop this violence?
I think it will.
Because he sacked the community leader, that's the traditional rulers, and then he sacked some cabinet members
if you remember, Cassie, I usually make mention of, if you can still fast track me, I usually make mention about some involvement of leaders and sponsors in most of these drastic menace happening. You understand? We all make noise about the terrible things happening in the east, the killings in the east. Now you can really see the occurrence of this issue.
But the governor actually have to wait for such violence to happen. Did he have to wait for these community members to start killing themselves before he had to intervene?
No, don't get it wrong.
Because I'm sure this thing has been happening.
The governor didn't wait, because if he had waited, he wouldn't have enforced any political affairs.
So why didn't he take the action before the incident happened?
That is why these people are there. That is why these commissioners, even the monarchs, that is why they are there. They have to take affairs. The governor can't set himself in all communities of the state or local government in the state. That is why he positioned these people, even the monarchs. The monarchs as well represented. Despite being a traditional constitution, he also is also to take charge in the affairs of the government temporarily at the absence of the governor. You understand? So that is why these people which he has sacked, downtrodden, and removed from office are there. It's a simple logic, Cassie. with issues like this, land a land dispute, or a land,
Dispute, yeah.
there's nowhere in Nigeria currently that are not having disputes.
Yes.
No place, even in Abuja, we cannot recall the crisis of the FCT minister and the other. We still remember,
Yes.
right? Even here in Port Harcourt, there are land disputes. It's a simple thing. The
Okay.
community's elder drafts out this issue, take it to the state house, call for backup, call for
Okay.
enforcement. Mr. Governor, this is what is happening in the community. Please take action immediately. You don't expect the governor to come from his sitting position in the in Abakaliki, where the state
The
house
state-
is,
yeah.
to come and start. Come on, he needs report from these commissioners and even monarchs who are there to give feedback, to make reports. But you just feel reluctant and do as if you are not even concerned. Then it shows that yes, you are involved.
They are incompetent.
Allegedly, you not just it shows indeed, there's an involvement from one of these two personas.
Okay.
So the governor has really done it right. You understand?
yeah.
By removing these individuals, and the next step the governor should do is to do what? Look for prominent people who are ready to take up this job, to be vigilant and make sure this menace doesn't happen. And just imagine lives that have been wasted in these few days. You understand? We are starting the new year with people being beheaded. What does this say about the country? This is why I keep saying it, that look, continuous drastic menace like this, we keep spoiling the reputation. See, we are losing. No, it's just that we don't know. Nigerians are losing on a daily basis. People in diaspora are no more finding it funny trying to come to Nigeria to invest. We have what it takes to make resources in industrial means in this country, even by foreign delegates. But with continuous news like this, Cassie, tell me how will it work? Okay. So it's a very simple thing. Yes, the government has done its part. The federal government has to do more by enforcing more security force into those regions, so that this nonsense will come to an end. You understand?
Yeah.
Traditional warriors, or what they call themselves, don't have full rights over the state. The government does. It has full constitutional rights over the affairs, the state and affairs of the state. So it is the governor to go back to the federal level and know how to really deploy those who are to secure the life and welfare of that state.
Okay.
So that such drastic action should not happen again.
Okay, thank you so much, Kings. Now, moving to Edo State, the governor of Edo State, Governor Okpebholo, has ordered the 18 local government chairmen to produce 20 billboards from each of the local governments, which is 360 billboards of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. He said this billboard should be placed everywhere for both the Christians, the Muslims, for everyone to see, stating that President Tinubu has done a whole lot. He cited his renewed involvement in his reforms in the security, economics, and so many others, that such a leader cannot be missed. Stating that he promised the president that was going to give him 2.5 million votes, plus the women and the youth leaders, making it 3.9 million votes. Now, between political support and misuse of public office, where should the line be drawn? Because I'm seeing this as misuse of office.
Well, you see, when a sitting governor, doesn't really know his clear primary assignment, you understand?
Yeah.
You should expect things like this.
Okay.
You understand? Well, we all know that the election is
It's fast approaching.
quite all right. We know about that. And we all know that, yes, there are loyalists who are bound to present their candidates in a full rival, so that, yes, it won't look as if it's too late or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, and anybody, has the right to express gratitude and also full support for whoever they want to. You understand? But, Governor Okpebholo, well, I will still commend him in most infrastructural move he has been taking so far, even in my local government.
Okay, so now because he's your governor, yeah.
No, I'm heading somewhere. Even in my local government recently, he made a huge remark, constructing I think a few kilometers graded road in Uhunde local government area, which I really commend him for. But so far so good. The permanent, how will I put it? The basic and the municipal areas which the government has failed to cite. We are still looking at some, dilapidated road. We are talking about federal roads, which is very, very important to the state, and the economic flow of the state that will really, really push the state, which goods and services are usually passed through on a daily basis. We are talking about the Lagos Benin Express Road. We are talking about the Oka Bridge. We are also talking about the Benin Saple Express Road that has been totally, it's beyond recognition. In fact, that place looks more or less like a desert, and the governor has failed to address this. We're also looking at persistent power instability in Edo State. Edo State, currently in the whole of South, in the whole of only Edo State has that usually experience blackout in full 1 month. Yes, currently in the whole of South. No state experienced this. We're also looking at insecurity concerns and high cost of living. You understand? A bag of Cassie, I'll tell you, a bag of rice in Edo State. Other state has really reduced their increase of reduced the cost of a bag of rice. Yeah. Even in Port Harcourt here, you can get a bag of rice for 50,000, 45,000. In Edo State currently, bag of rice is still 19,000 naira as we speak.
Okay, so sorry to interject. You mentioned insecurity.
Yes.
Now,
that one is even a common thing.
The government is saying that President Tinubu's reforms include security. So why is Edo State suffering from insecurity?
On Thursday last week, we heard of a couple who was kidnapped, and it was shown viral. They were pleading for the help of the state governor so that they will pay some huge amount of ransom. Still in that same Ekpoma, his own local government area, where that same riot took place, where innocent students were taken to custody.
Yes.
You understand? So if I was the governor, I think the best way to make my campaign straight is to make sure I address all these things. That is when the people will really see that, this governor is working.
Yeah.
And indeed, this renewed hope
will really stand
of the president and presented by the governor. That is what a sitting governor is expected to do if he really wants this campaign to really come to life.
Okay.
But the fact that you want to take it to another level of using billboards this is not the time to show gratitude to the president. This is the time to really show your mandate to the people, to the affair, to the economy of Edo State. Yes, why I am being put in this seat as a governor. This is what I am made to do. You just came into power, I think 2023 or thereabout. At least with the first 4 years, which will be next year completing, at least you should make sure that things are put in. I think 2 years. I think it was put in power. I think year 2024. So yes, at least you should make sure that things are put in place, even if you are not told. It baffles me most times when some governors don't really know their primary assignment. You understand? It really baffles me. Okay, look at a revenue that most times has been lost in Edo State. We are talking about 300 billion. You understand? A revenue that most times cannot even find a trace. Every month, you understand? We also have a climate risk. Now, these are the things I expected to be hearing from this is what we were addressing. Before the former governor Baseki left the seat, he positioned a project. Okay. I think what they call it, this Gelegele Seaport, the creation of the Gelegele Seaport. Unfortunately, that one, the past governor was unable to complete that.
He still left abandoned.
And if you know by research, by statistics, the kind of revenue that will be pumping out from that Gelegele Seaport, if it was completed and if it was successfully approved by the federal government, by research, if you check out the revenue that Edo State would have been getting from that Gelegele Seaport if it was successful.
Okay.
Edo would have been one of the biggest economy now in Nigeria. But the governor is citing something that is not even relevant at the moment. 2027 is pretty far. At least we should wait till then. You understand? I'm not saying you shouldn't go about painting the face of Asiwaju all over Edo State. No, but at least you should handle some critical things right now.
Okay.
What the people want. Because
Yeah.
Edo in the whole of South is drowning, let's be honest.
Okay.
So I urge the governor to really face the reality rather than trying to, showing gratitude even in this crucial time of Edo State.
All right, thank you so much. So what message does this send to the citizens?
It's clear. At least, allegedly, many of them say they were in support of his re-election, in his election.
Okay.
That it was fraud and thereabout. What has happened. But at least, I'm not urging them to go for protest, to start blaming the INEC office. Okay, this is what they've caused. No. But at least, I think there should be a dialogue. And also, the people should know next time, this is how we go about our mandating an individual to rule us. You understand?
Yeah.
So that is just it.
The president was actually the brain behind his winning as a governor.
Allegedly.
Maybe this is the reason why he's paying so much
loyalty,
Yeah,
being a loyalist and thereabout. Almost all the governors are loyals. We know about that. But I think this same president who he claims was the brain behind his winning and thereabout, I believe the same president, this same administration should also know that, look, Edo State is a very serious crisis as we speak. So it is even the administration that should echo to his ear, Okpebolo, please do the needful.
Okay.
My posters are not relevant for that. Exactly.
That's if the president will actually do that. So we'll go on a short break now. When we return, we will be discussing the death of the 25-year-old Ifunanya singer. Stay with us. Welcome back to the show State of the Matter. I remain your host, Kasetoni, and with me is Kings Ojalo. Kings, this is a sad one. I myself am sad. Remember you asked me earlier why I'm putting on black if I'm mourning someone. Yes, I am mourning. I'm mourning this young lady, a 25-year-old Ifunanya. Her stage name is Naya. It was reported that she got bitten by a snake. Now, we don't really know the day this event actually happened. Some said it happened on Saturday, some said on Friday, some said on Sunday, but whatever day it happened is really not important. The most important thing is this girl got bitten by a snake. She drove to 2 different hospitals. The first one, there was no anti-venom. She got to the second hospital, which they finally found one, if at all there was. And then the doctor gave her drip. In the process, the girl passed on. What do we call this? Why would Nigerian hospital be lacking anti-venom? Something as important as that.
Well, the incident happened on the Saturday. I think probably yes, on the Saturday, but the exact time which I can't recall. But it happened on Saturday, where she was confirmed dead on a Sunday morning. Due to some persistence and trying to survive to life and thereabout by the hospital and medical nurses and attendants. You understand? What I attended in that moment was to go straight to an intensive care unit because this looking at this being a critical, because I still doubt a country like Nigeria, in the health institution, we don't have the means to treat or a crucial damage on our health system like that. Well, let me go straight and recall most of our health institutional protest that has been occurring since 2025 prior to this time. You understand? Now, the NED institution, together with the Joint Health Section Union, has most crucial times come out, for various protests, sit at home, even conjunction with the Nigerian Labour Congress, joining together to cry and make alarms to the voice of the federal government of providing basic amenities in the health institutions, at least for the well-being of citizens. You understand? Because health first. You understand?
Yeah.
Because most of our leaders and our politicians, of course, for the fact that they don't even take their treatments here. Even our president too is also a part of that that orchestration. Whereby whenever they are having any little crucial fly them abroad and stuff like that. So I think it is not in most cases, it can't be afforded most cases by mere citizens and individuals in the country. You understand? So looking at all these protests, I think if the federal government has made quick response, even from September, I can recall some protests that has been, that started since September by the NED,
Yeah.
and also the some other health institutions, talking about the Council of Midwives and thereabout that have come out to cry,
Protest.
gone to the streets, make sure that the federal government come to the aid of rehabilitating the hospitals, providing every necessary equipment that they need. You understand?
Yeah.
So that our health system, our health sector will be fully prepared for incidents, most especially like this of Naya. Now, this is a very young girl, promising young girl
Very
at this
promising.
age, who lost her life,
Full of life.
who probably years from now, probably she would have been among the top stars that we usually hear around us. Now, unfortunately, just a few days ago, she was bitten by a snake.
And the
died.
hospital claim they were already on it, that she was already weak before she got there. Someone who brought her
That is why, if you recall,
to the hospital.
that's why I said it would have been an intensive care unit immediately, because I believe by
Rather
then,
than giving her drip.
yes, because there are certain measures you have to take as a doctor, to really make sure that even the human body is put on stiff, so that some delegate treatment or operation, whatever, will take place. You understand? In order to remove such venom or such level. But probably it was in a crucial time. You understand? Whichever one we might not really know or we might not really call. But the thing is this: our government should really, focus more. I know there are a lot of things traveling in the country. I know insecurity. You understand? Inflation and thereabout. But look, healthcare is most importantly. You understand? Because if they also take part in this healthcare, in the healthcare system of their own country, they claim the rule, definitely they will see the effect of all this.
And to think the governor of Edo State actually said President Tinubu's reform includes health, security, and economy.
Now,
the health is failing. Everything is failing.
I think what the governor is trying to put there is maybe renovating of hospital, and he thinks that is what it only takes to, yes. Because if you go around, you see them painting hospitals, doing chairs. Come on, that is not.
That's not even all the primary.
Reform. Exactly. We are talking about setting in some equipment that will help human life here. Go to Ghana. Let me use Ghana. Let me not even go to countries like US or America. Just Ghana here. You see how their health institutions are fully equipped with technologies that, within a blink of an eye, it has already been able to, put some things in order in the human system. How come Nigeria, we are still trying to unravel all these things? So it's a collective, it's a collective move from the government, if they are really willing, you understand. Away with this election. Yes, elections by the corner. But look, I think this should be a wake-up call to the federal government. Seeing this news, if at all you have seen it, should be a wake-up call
all over
for this menace to stop. A thing like this happened 2022. I still remember in this same Abuja, where a lady that is still a girl, yes, she's not a singer, still a girl, was also beaten, straight out from the toilet. By this, in this form, you understand? That one, she wasn't even privileged. She died at the spot. Maybe out of shock, she died immediately. Now this is 2026. The same thing happening. So what are we talking about? Our government should really look into this in order to stop, because the healthcare organizations have been crying for a long time, and at least from those protests, at least
they should do something.
You understand? So our government should, make sure that the needful is being done in our healthcare sector in order to stop this menace.
This our country is very wonderful. This girl, this Ifunanya, she's a very good singer, a very good soprano singer. She belonged to one choir group. Now, nobody knew about this girl. There was a time she went to Abuja, she went to Lagos. She was invited by the Lagos state governor to come sing, and she sang the national anthem very well. Now, the same national anthem that she sang to, the same Nigerian couldn't save her.
Now-
Nobody knew about this girl when
Now,
she was alive.
now this news is
Now
so-
her picture is all over internet.
And is
The
even-
same thing happened to Mohbad. Nobody knew about him, but the moment he died,
Now,
it was as if his
it's
death made way
circulating
for
now
him.
because she is a singer. There are a lot of victims it might have happened, unknown
And before
individuals
that,
out there.
she was a singer. Nobody knew about her when she was alive.
Amedi Sowe Kasi. Now, she is a singer, probably popular, not here, but at least she's a singer. That is why we are even hearing about her. What about those who are not in the entertainment industry? And we're talking about just ordinary citizens who are not really hard. What about people who are falling victims of this kind of incident, who are out there, probably don't even have access to government medical care centers? What about those who are in the rural areas? Don't you think many of them don't fall victim of this kind of a crucial incident, who have not been bitten by snakes and thereabouts? What happened to them? So provision should be made under this stance, so that people don't really lose their life in, just because of the snake bite and stuff like that.
Okay, so my last question for you. Beyond this case, what does the public reaction tell about confidence in Nigerian health sector?
Of course, it looks as if, to me, the health sector.
Because I have lost confidence in the Nigerian health sector.
They have really been making alarming, but it is the government who have failed to hear to their cry. They've really cried to the ears of. Yes, I can stand with and I can stand the fact. The records are there. They've come out times without number, protesting and thereabout. But we've most times on this seat we've talked about the NAD institution coming out for protest, strike, closing down hospitals and because they want the government to intervene in the sector so that it will be improved. So I will really stand with the health sectors. This time it is the government who has really failed. So the government should awaken to this call and make sure the health sector is, well equipped.
All right, thank you so much, King Sojalo. It's been a pleasure having you on set.
Thank you, Cassie.
And that's it on State of the Matter. But the big question remains: what happens next? Will Ebonyi State step to prevent future violence? Will clearer rules be enforced on political campaigning using public offices? And will a transparent investigation settle lingering questions surrounding Naya's death? That is the question on the minds of many Nigerians. Stay engaged, stay informed on this channel as we bring you more updates. I remain your host, Cassie Tony. Do enjoy your day. Bye for now.